blame them for everything. All right, happy Wednesday, everyone. We got a great show tonight. Good to see Lisa Booth is back. Yeah, you can clap. Yeah, they're not booing him, they're boothing him. It's good to see her, especially after what happened to her last night. Oof.
Now walking by yourself. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left.
I have some bruises.
Yes, a little too far to the left. You know, clumsy people should stick to dancing on the floor, really.
Exactly.
All right.
Lesson learned.
Now, you be quiet. I'm trying to do a monologue. So it's been really hard to gauge the vice president's performance during the Afghanistan fiasco, mainly because she's been harder to find than a non-binary Taliban leader, which basically means he sleeps with both women and goats. It's almost like she was abducted by aliens, and not the ones pouring across our southern border. Honestly, I'm starting to miss her. Her gravitas, her sincerity, her compassion towards looters and arsonists. But also, I really miss her soothing laugh.
What are you looking for? What? No.
I'll be honest, I'm going through cackle withdrawal. But I've been making do with this.
Come, my comic cohorts in crime!
I love him. True, we'd have more luck finding Cesar Romero at a laundromat in Queens than finding Kamala anywhere. Guess that means it's time for...
In Search of Kamala Harris. With your host, Sarah Jessica Parker.
That was a mistake. Welcome to In Search of Kamala Harris, and for tonight, I'm your host, Sarah Jessica Parker. So while the country endured a week and a half of horrible news, we heard that Kamala went on a trip to Vietnam. Vietnam. Why does that name ring a bell? What happened over there? Not sure. But she left faster than the last U.S. helicopter out of Saigon in 1975. She stopped over at Pearl Harbor. Fair enough. But if she's interested in military tragedies, there is one she's presiding over currently. But I guess it's fitting. Kamala's approval rating is also a dive bombing 0. Then there was an event that was closed to the press. What happened there? No idea. It was closed to the press. Something I just said 3 sentences ago. Sometimes I really wish you were listening to me. Fact is, Harris has been as quiet as Don Lemon after he sees his own ratings. She's been as closed-mouthed as our president when he loses his chompers. This is interesting, for as we were once told, she was supposed to be the real commander-in-chief, not the old guy currently trying to put Kleenex boxes on his feet and combing his hair with a toilet brush. As Joe Concha points out in The Hill, which is a website, not a mound of dirt, she was a historic, consequential figure. He cites Politico's headline that mirrored so many others. Harris has the potential to change the face of U.S. politics. Sorry, this dame couldn't change the lint filter in your dryer, which is where they harvest Joe's hair. But still, she was always the anointed one. But now this big deal has vanished like food left on a tray in a hotel hallway 2 doors down from Brian Stelter's room. That was a long way for a joke. Since she took office, she's not held one solo press conference, and she's no longer doing one-on-one interviews. Wow, what a powerful display of feminism. And you know Hillary's sitting at home in her robe, drinking a bud, watching Harris on TV, and going, "Are you me?" But one shouldn't be surprised. This is what happens when you're chosen based only on intersectionality instead of competence. But the Dems are in a fix. Biden's numbers are dropping like pigeon poop on a statue. But Kamala Harris's are worse. As Concha points out, a recent USA Today poll has the VP at 35% approval, 54% disapproval. That's insane. For a VP just 7 months in, Harris is 19 points underwater. If she sunk any lower, she'd qualify for Shark Week. And she hasn't done anything memorable. It's a rare feat to be both invisible and unpopular, which might be why her Secret Service code name is Silent but Deadly. She's the human version of carbon monoxide. But maybe it's a strategy. The more you see of her, the worse it gets, so keep her under wraps. You know, it's kind of like Michael Moore in a thong. Yeah, you're right. Nothing is like Michael Moore in a thong, and I apologize for placing that image into your heads. Anyway, it puts the Dems in quite a pickle. Joe doesn't look like a second-termer. In fact, the action in Vegas doesn't have Sleepy Joe making it to Thanksgiving. And if you think he's sleepy now, wait till he's had some turkey. Biden completing his term, this man can't even complete his sentences. And when the strategy for your successor is keeping her out of sight, then maybe you should rethink that successor. Unless this is somehow planned. Joe is publicly bad. Kamala is nowhere to be found. Keeping her under wraps as he implodes, that might make sense. With inflation, crime, COVID, spending, and now Afghanistan, perhaps the real strategy is making Joe look so bad he exits earlier than expected. Like a starting pitcher who gives up 8 runs in the first inning. That's a sports metaphor, Lisa. If that's the Democrats' plan, I've got 2 words for them: mission accomplished. I got 2 other words for the Dems, but this is a family show. But after so many bad things happening so fast, maybe anything different looks good, including even someone you can't even find, like Kamala. The Democratic Party reminds me of me in my single days. You know, after having 8 drinks and I'm at last call, I'd go home with a panda. And during that vacation in Singapore, I did. Welcome tonight's guest. At 4 a.m., he's already giving farmers, garbage men, and meth heads all the news they need. Fox and Friends first co-anchor Todd Pyro. And while Todd's up early newsing, she's still out boozing. Republican strategist and Fox News contributor Lisa Booth. And her 12-step program is falling down 3 or 4 at a time. Fox News contributor Kat Tiff. Finally, his audience is always in stitches because they stab themselves after seeing his stand-up. Comedian Joe Mackey. All right, Lisa, good to see you slightly sober.
That's what you think. Just kidding.
I know. No, yeah, just kidding. I've used that line. You know, why do you... I threw out a couple of theories on why we're not seeing Harris at all, VP Harris. Do you have any theories why she's out of sight?
I think Joe Biden hates her.
Ooh, that could be it.
Because, think about it. If you had to deal with Kamala Harris on a daily basis or with any sort of frequency, wouldn't you want her out of the picture as much as possible? I would send her away every single day. I would have her on trips every week. I'd send her to North Korea. She can hang out with Kim Jong-un. I mean, if this is someone you had to deal with on a daily basis, wouldn't you want her out of sight as much as possible? But I think to your monologue, you're right. There's a very real possibility that neither Joe Biden or Kamala Harris are the Democrat nominee in 2024.
Yeah, you know what you made me realize? That President Biden sent her to the border as punishment for him calling her a racist.
I literally think they hate each other.
Remember the racist when he said I was that little girl to him, and so he's like, now I really like Biden and his wife. I think that might have been Dr. Jill though, but he's like going, you know, remember that time she called me racist? Maybe she should go down and deal with the disenfranchised down at the border if she's so progressive. So he sent her down there. Now I'm beginning to like the guy, although he probably did that unintentionally. Todd, it's good to see you're still awake. Had a long day so far. Is this a big problem for the Democrats?
Oh, it's a huge problem. And I can't decide, to your monologue's point, whether this is intentional or this is a failure. And that's a common question we have so often with this administration.
Exactly.
Is Afghanistan, was this purposeful? Was this just a mess up? Some combination of both. What I just can never wrap my hands around, and my contribution to this thought is this. She was a former prosecutor.
Right.
Yet they hesitate to put her in any kind of an ad-lib situation because we saw the Lester Holt interview.
Yeah.
Lester Holt isn't Clarence Darrow here, the pinnacle of jurisprudence. He asked the question like, what are you doing? He's like, I've never been to Europe. What? What? You know, so that is very concerning
Another
to me
place
if
to
I'm the
send her.
Democrat. Send her to Europe.
Yes.
Joe, if you're listening, another place to send her.
But it's got to be a really bad place in Europe, not a good place. Like you're not going to Scandinavia. Although I don't know, everything in Europe is pretty good, right? Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they got McDonald's.
Compared to here these days.
What?
Especially compared to here these days.
Anti-American. You make me sick. So, Joe, do you think Kamala will be the choice for the Democrats for president in 2024?
I doubt it, Greg. Biden-Harris is like when a snake fights a python. They're only hurting each other. But I'll tell you why I think it's going down here. It reminds me of back in high school when the kids would throw a no-parents alcohol party and I would call the police because I wasn't invited. And as I watched from the bushes, I noticed that everyone would run away when the cops showed up because they wanted to get away from where the trouble was. And I think that's what Vice President Harris is doing. She's saying, oh, I was in the room when Joe Biden planned the withdrawal, and now she's saying, look at all the rooms I'm in that don't have Joe Biden planning stuff.
Maybe the room she was in is a timeout room.
Doesn't matter. Just can't have that. Just to cover the room.
Yes. Kat, if she has a similar issue that you have, we can't tell if it's intentional or it's just on purpose. Wait, those are the same thing.
What issue?
What? Oh, you name one.
The laugh thing? Because I also have an annoying laugh. People always tell me, stop with that laugh, as if, like, I chose this one.
You have a husky laugh. You have a husky laugh.
Yeah.
You laugh like a 14-year-old boy.
Yes.
Yes.
Like Beavis and Butthead
Yes,
kind of thing.
exactly.
I think you have a bad laugh.
Oh,
That's
I
why.
do. But
You should hear her in the office. It's just, people cry when they hear her.
Yeah, but I look, with Kamala, I think that there's an alternate way of looking at this, that she's actually doing everything as vice president that she was chosen to do. Because if, as you said, she was chosen just because she checks off certain boxes identity-wise, then by that logic, all she needs to do is just exist.
Right.
Keep existing. And as far as we know, she still does.
And you know what? It's interesting that both of them served a purpose in winning. She ticked the boxes, and he was the Trojan horse of moderation, right? So that's why I don't like seeing Dems turning on Joe, because Joe, I don't know if Joe actually wanted to run for president, right? He didn't. It was like, you know, he wanted to go hang out somewhere.
Yeah.
Preferably naked somewhere. That's a rumor, by the way. I don't have anything to substantiate that.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us?
There was that time one weekend, but I don't want to get into. Delaware's a crazy place.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.